¿Cómo estás? Tata Masters round 10 Carlsen versus Maghsoodloo. Maghsoodloo is white. So here comes d4, d5, c4, e6, knight c3, knight f6, cd5, the exchange variation, and now we have ed5, bg5, bishop e7, unpinning, the regular moves, e3, h6, bishop h4, bg4. Here you can play f3 also, trying to remove that bishop, but Maghsoodloo goes for some sideline, queen a4 check, c6, and now we have bishop d3. Maghsoodloo has a special idea to remove that bishop from g4. I don't know whether it's working properly, but he has this super idea, but doesn't know Carlsen knows far more than him. Castles h3, bishop h5. Maghsoodloo becomes very happy and plays queen c2. Now he is in a plus position. He thinks he'll win this game. So c5, here comes g4, Maghsoodloo licking his lips. C takes d4, in between move, he takes d4, bg6. What? Why is Carlsen giving up a pawn? bg6, takes, and now comes knight into g4, an in between move. This is the main idea Carlsen had, but Maghsoodloo also has seen some moves, but let us see some side ideas. Bishop e7 check. Here comes the check. So with the check we can save the knight, but this was not done. Maghsoodloo goes for his variation which he has seen. He plays queen e6, and here comes rook f7. Super calculations by both. Here comes knight g4, and here bishop into h4, knight f3. This is the main idea Maghsoodloo had. Pawn up, and that knight cannot be captured because the rook is pinned. Here came queen f6, takes, and Maghsoodloo happily picks up a pawn, and here came knight c6. Now you see the main idea of Carlsen. g4 and d4 both are under heavy pressure that can be attacked because their g4 is too far advanced and d4 is isolated. So here came rook d1, protect the pawn, and here rook e8 check. So here there is a side variation which I would like to show to all the viewers. Rook e4, centralize, knight takes f6, rook f6, d5, takes, draw position. But this was not done. What was played is knight e3, blocking the check. Rook e4, centralize, d5, knight b4, all pieces attacking, d6. White thinks, okay, that pass pawn might give me some draw chances. Knight c2 check. This is the move that Carlsen has foreseen. King e2, now exchange the knight, and now you can see that e3 and g4 are isolated and weak. So first capture one, rook into g4, rook d5, centralizes. Rook d7, block the pawn. Rook f1, here comes bishop into b2. Carlsen going on a eating spree, lot of pawns. Here, best move would have been to complicate the matter with rook b1, and now we have bishop a3. Super move knight e5. Look how Carlsen has calculated. Attacking two rooks, but rook g5, pinning the rook. Now knight takes d7. Rook takes d5, rook into b7. Now rook a5, protect our pawn and capture his. Knight moves, bishop into d6. This would have been done. Here, rook d3 was dubious, although that side variation was worse but playable. Here comes bishop f6, and now we have rook to d5, centralizing, and now we have rook b4. So here, best move would have been knight d2, and then king f7, and knight b3. Now attacking c5, king e6 takes and captures, lot of captures, and now rook b2 in between check, king moves, and now bishop d8. And black is still better, but this would give lot of chances for white, but this was not done. So rook 1 d3 is on. So let us see what happened in the game after rook f d1. So dubious move. So a3, rook e4 is there. So king e6, knight d2, rook a4 attacking a3. Here Carlsen had to play the super move b6 because it is blocking this idea of knight c5. And now bishop e5, and now king f3, and that pawn is falling h5. This would be quick easy win. But Carlsen decided to capture the pawn, greedy. And now rook takes a3, and now king into d5. This is the main problem. Rook into a7. Black manages to pick up that pawn on a7, which would not happen if he had played b6. And now taking the pawn, The slight problems are there but playable. And here is the main clutch of the idea. Knight e4 check. You cannot play king e5 because knight c5, rook moves, takes the pawn, bishop blocking the knight, and rook is spinning his rook. Check, king moves. Now we can protect our knight and still have draw chances and give white a great position, but still lost. But this was not done. What was played is king d5. This has to be played because we saw king e5 is bad, and so knight takes f6 and we have gf6. As you can see, both pawns have become isolated, and the f pawn, if it moves forward, the e3 is a blocker. And here comes a series of moves, just checks and attacks, checks and attacks, and trying to gain something. King is trying to push the pawn, and here finally Maghsoodloo decided to go after the pawn. Carlsen is pushing his pawn. Maghsoodloo with this tactic tried to exchange all pawns and get into a draw position, but rook e6, super idea that already Carlsen has seen. Takes, check, and king moves, and now we have push. As you can know, building the bridge and endgame technique is being used here by Carlsen. It's already over, but nothing to do. Last try by Maghsoodloo, and now after the king moves to c3, the game will be over. Here there is a mate in 19. If you want to see, you can check it out for yourself. Anyway, thank you all for watching.